So I'm curious. The only time I've seen them play, they do play Ana a lot, but I'm not sure they're going to play Ana here. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
Better than the Vegas Eternal. They did get over the bridge, Vegas, but unfortunately they didn't have anywhere to go from there, and Dove ended up on an island completely alone. But now this is where it gets an opportunity for Vegas.
Kill the turrets! You're going to get rolled by the turrets if you're not careful. Here comes Hadi, straight to the back line. He'd just be swinging. Huge blizzard.
Hadi, I feel like, is my favorite emotionless player. We have a couple of them in the league,
yeah.
But it doesn't matter if he's getting farmed. It doesn't matter if he's farming. He's always there, just having a good time.
Excluding the blizzard from Eternal to shove Landon Spitfire on the point. There's the shadow, hits AVALLA. She does get saved somehow though. Rakattack with the lamp just came in clutch. But it's actually the supports from the Landon Spitfire that are doing the heavy lifting right now. There is AVALLA in the skies. They get taken out, and that will be it. Landon Spitfire. 99%. Let me get a replay on those turrets.
Yeah. The turret's really the MVP of the London Spitfire there, I think. But a pretty convincing first round win here for London Spitfire. This is what we expected in this matchup. I do like that they're leaning onto the Reinhardt. That's been a lot of the complaints about London Spitfires. It doesn't feel like they're playing the play
from last week. Feels pretty good. Let's see what Eternal want to run on this map, though. I mean, going mirror. Honestly, quite a Chad move from Eternal, I would say. Amp out the spawn doors, of course. I wonder if AVALLA missed the amp there.
No. London Spitfire decided to TP out of spawn instead of TPing to the point. Ooh. They wanted to get control of the back of the point, but they're actually going to flip it back around. So now Vegas Eternal are in control on this point, so actually in a good position.
Good. Here we go. Kill the turrets. You got to kill them. They ended up killing your DPS last time. All good. London Spitfire again, just doing a little loop-de-loop. Hardy's in the back. Hardy, as he does end up following them to their watery deaths.
Yeah, Hadi just going aggressive. No one else took the teleporter back behind the point other than...
Square. Oh, don't square up to that. Ooh. Yeah. All right, reset. All good. No shadows used. We can still see the TP shadow. It's all good. Nature of his face right now.
Yeah, exactly.
He's calm, cool, collected, moisturized in his own lane.
Yeah, we've got to stay moisturized. Make sure to do that, especially the head.
Do you? Okay.
Yes, I moisturized, Jack.
No, on the head.
On the top of my head?
No, not you. You've got hair.
Oh, okay.
The fought alone on the point. Had to use wall and block to stay alive, but it's all good because Admiral once again is boot Lukemino off the edge, doing a bit of sightseeing by the looks of it. Wall comes through. Is London Spitfire trying to make this last fight? Dove is stalling out for a long time here, but the problem is Eternal don't have the cap.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted ults right now. Dove being a bit of a magician right now. Houdini in London Spitfire, but Hadi, yeah, he pulled the bottom out of the top hat, and look at that.
Yes!
He got it. All good. Well, the London Spitfire do end up 2-0-ing, but look, I mean, smiles on Lukemino's face and Vulcan's right now. Rakattack's just a small little grin. Dove too. So at the end of the day, you know you're in a...
See how much time they can finish with, but we won't see the Reinhardt in the same way we saw in that last map because of the substitutions that remain for the London Spitfire. It's like Vulcan rolling out on the Ramacha, playing these Baptiste Kiriko that I talked about, that Florida Mayhem played a little bit in their series last week, and it just looks so oppressive, and people are starting to catch on and starting to play it more.
It's... Thinking about Kiriko when she first launched, I was like, wow, like, immortality? That's pretty epic. And then I thought, BAP, that's pretty epic. And it looks like London Spitfire actually going to do the same. Complete mirror match here for London versus Eternal. Skill matchup. Let's go.
What that usually means when you see two teams roll out on the exact same composition, something we...
All right, AVALLA and Dove. And in fact, the rest of the squad just kind of chilling on height right now. Kiriko doesn't have the kunai.
It doesn't feel like they're playing aggressive with the Kiriko. They're just shooting arrows, trying to find someone. AVALLA's the first one to get caught.
Right now, there's the Annihilation. That Annihilation from Vulcan's only 5% away. London Spitfire with one tick, maybe two on the board in just a moment. SparkR finds AVALLA yet again, this time with a Sonic Arrow. Or, you know, just kind of back off or even run into them. So we'll see how they want to end up setting up. I mean, if SparkR just keeps going on this tear, like, someone's going to be headshotting. Then some decent ground. There's the rush from AVALLA. A nice mid-fight Suzu then, or early start time. Was London already mid-fight. Nothing's already happened yet apart from that rush. London with a perfect back away. That rush is going to fade away in a couple of sound. Yeah, not only that, he's waiting for Hadi to come out of Nemesis form as well. So Hadi can't just stand. Looks like Vulcan taking a little bit too much damage. AVALLA nor Rakattack in a position where they can actually save their tank player. And now it is just dying on the payload is the order of business. London end up coming up big on this second point push. Very slow push from London, yeah. I mean, they use the window, get a bit of space here, move the payload around the corner. Oh, and AVALLA takes down Landon.
Kiriko diff.
Rolled Sun, Kiriko diff. Let's see what AVALLA can do. Suzu in the front line. Vulcan a little bit healthier now after that one. This doesn't like London to go back off. You can't really get dragons. However, that lamp saved Vulcan's life, at least for the time being. Hadi pops Nemesis form to just run away, or at least try to. Found Dove.
Patient. That Kitsune rush didn't really offer anything.
Yeah, it really did. Oh, wait, Vulcan T-posing on the front line. The ultimate form of disrespect. Nice lamp, actually, by Rakattack, but it gets finished up anyways. That pulse bomb killed it, and he was sub 50 HP. Lukemino now in trouble, one shot away from going down, but AVALLA is keeping him high and alive. Lethal does manage to help Skairipa kill off Lukemino eventually. Not enough heals to sustain through all that damage, and now the final push for the London Spitfire. Hadi with the Annihilation, but same with the Vulcan, and a Genji switch, now a Widow switch for Lukemino. Here comes the Annihilation, Lethal just torn to ribbons, but Vulcan taking too much damage. He's receiving a lot of healing and actually lamped in the front line to keep him up. Hadi not ripped his Annihilation just yet, actually gets taken down by the Vortex as Lukemino comes back, kills both supports. Lukemino, this boy's a support, but man, can he shoot. Saying Scott, when you're a support player, you can play Widow. Trust me.
Trust me. That's not true in my case, so it is definitely not a thing across the board. SparkR does take AVALLA out to start this team fight, though, and Lukemino.
AVALLA's going to be able to TP back, though, in just a moment, Scott, but look at Hadi just running it down. That Annihilation mixed with the Dragons, all the AoE, and nice double kill for the Genji. Rakattack dead, only Dove, and now AVALLA to clean up. There will be a rush on the point, and that'll seal the deal. 36 seconds on the board for Spitfire.
I'm about this mystery heroes that Lukemino is playing.
Dude, he's down. He's down to clown, and that's my favorite thing about this match right now. Anybody's down to clown, and honestly, Widom player looked pretty good. Hanzo looked pretty good. Jay Silly, he didn't get a kill, but he probably did damage.
He's just trying to play as many heroes because he knows he never gets this opportunity again. Very rarely will leak
line at the end of the year. The player that's played the most any heroes, right? Maybe it will be Lukemino. Can't Suzu that, unfortunately. No Band-Aid is going to help it.
Oh, nasty.
SparkR is
impact on the server. Yes, he's primarily a hit scan player, but play around that. Play to your strengths in the same way that the roster if he keeps playing Hanzo.
Yeah, I've only got 4 minutes to do it though, so can't really blame him, but yeah, it does suck. Oh, Rakattack. Jeez, he was
very low.
Very low. I was kind of happy to just jump up in the air. Normally the exo boots mean death, especially to good hit scan or even good hunt. Switch over to Tracer now.
Yeah, Trace is just so strong, enables you to play flanky, get in the back line, apply a bit of pressure.
In fact, look at London Spitfire's health bars right now. The supports are just doing damage, Scott. I don't know what to tell you. AVALLA takes care of Lethal, and finally Hadi gets some healing. A nice little window there to supplement the damage and heals. With AVALLA taking one and healing up Lukemino, they might be good. In fact, Hadi doesn't end up going down. AVALLA healing up the rest of the team as Lukemino's refusing to die against Landon, who's 1 HP. Okay, eventually takes down the Kiriko, and that will be a point cap for Eternal.
Yeah. Honestly, it's AVALLA who's the one who's finding a lot of these early picks to win some of these team fights, so credit to her. She's doing a phenomenal job getting subbed in last minute, having to play, Lucio and Kiriko.
I mean, she did tweet earlier too that she, because of an emergency, she couldn't actually play Overwatch for the last week or so, coming in cold like this is one thing. Coming in after you've not really played a week because you've been doing other things on the team. Of course, being a general manager, it's a lot of responsibility. Mad props, mad props.
You're not playing very well. As you can see, pressure coming out, lots of ultimates coming out from both sides.
That pulse bomb looked meaty from Dub, but it didn't end up finding a connection. That's a lot of ultimates. My God, Hadi really didn't stand a chance there. Dragons, Annihilation.
The way it feels like they're just allowing the London Spitfire to continue to exist, and now they're going to be getting circled here by the Spitfire. Skairipa does have that amplification matrix as well. Can anyone touch?
Oh, okay. Lethal does double blink in to get the touch. He's going to be able to survive quite a while on there, as AVALLA right now not paying attention to him. SparkR's on the sidelines too. Yeah, like you said, Scott, a full wraparound here for the London Spitfire, and Vulcan is just kind of chilling on the payload. Here in that Annihilation, Hadi is getting healed up to full, so it is just him kind of half AFK. There will be a Suzu as well as a Lamb to try and save him for the Pulse Bomb, and save him they do successfully. 2 meters to go for the Eternal, but only 2 minutes to try and take it. Once again, Lukemino taking names, numbers, address books, social security numbers. This guy's got the whole damn package. Hadi dead, Landon falls. I mean, Rakattack dead, sure thing, but Eternal really sticking it to the Spitfire right now. Managed to cap the point.
I've seen enough. Lukemino needs to be a permanent DPS player for the Vegas Eternal. Hanzo is getting a lot of value against the caliber player like SparkR. Vegas Eternal are currently...
There's the rush from Eternal side. Pretty easy stuff.
Lethal down.
Lethal dead, and those dragons coming out. Double dragons, in fact. I think it's the name of a film. Don't know where those dragons went, but it killed SparkR, that's for sure. Lukemino with 2, and now just has to, well, maybe ignore Skairipa. I mean, they're using rush on the point. Vulcan is stuck, but gets Lamb to save him. And here comes a window. Amped healing, amped damage. The Vegas Eternal are going to be able to complete by the looks of it with more time. Charlie comes out to play, but he's already so low, and Dove and Lukemino take him out. Landon also dead. What is happening right now? 2 minutes and 30 seconds for last Eternal. They might take King's Row at this rate. London Spitfire have a minute. Versus Eternals, 2.5. Look at Rakattack's face right now.
Dude, they're loving it. They're living the dream. On the other side, though, look at the London Spitfire. That hurts. Like, even if they go on to win this map, that hurts. You're going against a team that has their GM playing, a support player is on DPS, and they managed to outcap you on King's Row playing a mirror composition. If you're the London Spitfire, that really stings you as a team, and they need to respond in kind. Jake said this should be a beatdown. It needs to be a beatdown right now, so they need to find something, and they need to, find a way to deal with the threats of Lukemino and AVALLA, because right now they're getting diffed.
Diffs, all right, lethal. SparkR, that's the diffs you wanted to see. Hanzo's taking out one another, and then Dove falling. So with 15 seconds to go, Spitfire are definitely going to be able to cap, or at least get it to 2 ticks. And it looks like, yeah, okay. Eternal know that really now there's only 1 fight. So, okay, that was straight on top of the Tracer, but Lukemino goes down. The window comes up, but that window's a bit of an awkward spot. Like, it's in the archway, kind of, not really. Rakattack does end up falling. The Annihilation from Vulcan is on the payload and actually kills Skairipa. Hadi's got an Annihilation of his own, though, but doesn't want to use it. Keeping Ultimus right now for London is critical. As a Vulcan ult does end up running out. He is still wailing away at the front line, but the spawn positions from the London Spitfire are just too close for him to fight.
Vulcan's got to be careful. He needs to get out of this fight. AVALLA does a phenomenal job of just keeping Vulcan alive through all that damage. So they do have the Kitsune Rush to match this, but as you said, Jack, Hadi has this Annihilation. It's so hard to fight into when you don't have one of your own.
It is. There's Pulse on the lethal side, though, so he can easily go in with that if he finds a flank route. There's the Vulcan. He's going in. Vortex kill onto Skairipa. Dove finds a Pulse on one. Lethal finds the kill onto Vulcan, but with Eternal, with people up, there's no hope for Spitfire there, even with that Kitsune Rush. You pop the Annihilation, it's hard to fight on the payload, Scott, but it is very winnable for Eternal.
That's very winnable.
1 point and halfway to second with 2 and a bit minutes. I mean, Scott, I did not expect this. I'm going to be frank.
Honestly, it's been a great match.
It has been a great match so far, honestly. I mean, you're fighting with utmost confidence almost as Vegas Eternal right now. You weren't really expected to win this match, especially with a GM subbing in. What do you have to lose? What do you fear? The man with the plan or the man on the team that has nothing to lose?
Lukemino has nothing to lose. There is no expectations for him to perform. And he is. He's doing well on Hanzo, so now that gives you confidence. Even when they lost the first map, you can see they're laughing. They don't care. At the end of the day, there's no expectation from the community to for them to perform in any way. While London Spitfire, on the other hand, that's the difficulty of playing against these really, I guess, bad teams. I can't sugarcoat it in any way. When you're playing against a bad team, it was the same way in 2018. No one wanted to be the first loss to the Shanghai Dragons.
Vegas started with a map in their sights, potentially. All right, let's go.
They're not going to find much positioning. That's not how Eternal really play. Just need 1 pick. Just get your one, Lukemino. You can see pressure coming out from the Tracer and the Kiriko on the off angle. Lukemino is getting healed up, but that's dangerous gameplay. They're getting ticks up.
SparkR just playing all the way back there. Okay. The logs. Oh! SparkR. I mean, no dodging that one. No matter how good you are, finishing them off, or just a Hanzo log or an arrow. Just one pick is all that they need. And that 33% will be gone before you know it. And Vegas Eternal 2, Scott, from Skairipa keeping him up. Here comes the Annihilation. There's another window up too, and Hadi is in trouble. He's getting kept alive by Skairipa, but no,
they lost the point?
They lose the point, Scott. The Annihilation, way too much for them to handle, and now Skairipa's dead. All right, big reset here from London. There's maybe only a fight left. 45 seconds to go.
That's such a bad fight for the London Spitfire. Because they lose the point so late, they're all going to get backspawned. They're all going to be so far away to the point that they're going to get this archway for free, the Vegas Eternal. So we're in last fight territory with only 30 seconds remaining.
You have Rush, you have Dragons.
The Dragon could split the backline though. If Hadi goes aggressive, the Dragon goes through, doesn't allow the backline to come help him.
Right.
Hadi could get himself isolated on an island. You can see him already stepping up way too far compared to the rest of the
Do not C9. Do not C9. No. Okay, say it with me. Do not C9. Dragons in the back. SparkR ripping him, but Lethal is dead. Vulcan now has to deal with Hadi in the front line, being kept alive by the lamp, but Hardy's just swinging. He's swinging. And London Spitfire, they do not miss. Overtime is ticking down. It's only AVALLA and Rakattack to touch. Dove ends up falling, and that will be it.
Get him,
what we
AVALLA.
thought maybe was a map was not to be. London Spitfire on a 2-0, but my God, that was close.
London Spitfire and all their fans breathe out a sigh of relief. That would have been a tragic map loss, but Vegas playing it incredibly close. Looking very comfortable playing that Hanzo Baptiste Kiriko setup. Wow, the meta's not great for them, and they've been trying to integrate new players like Lethal and Skairipa, but they just haven't been able to find that same level of synergy that we saw from them last year when they came top 6, when they made it all the way through the playoffs. I don't think anybody predicted that MaltheL can't play, AVALLA gets subbed in, Lukemino moves to DPS, and they somehow improved.
Okay.
Maybe teams should try this more. Maybe Moon should come in for the Shanghai Dragons.
Dude, get Albert in. Get Albert, yeah. GM of, dude, he's GM 1 top 500 in all roles almost now, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We should have a GM off.
A GM off?
Yeah.
I like that. That's good, actually. Just get them all in the tour 1v1. A little Widowmaker. That's the All-Stars this year. It's just all the GMs.
Whoever wins gets proper.
Oh my God. I mean, that'd be kind of funny, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, how great would that be for proper? Like, he's just being tossed around.
Congratulations, you're going to. Feeling a lot more comfortable in this map as Lukemino is unfortunately on the main and not the Hanzo.
Ah, that sucks, actually. That really does suck. I thought maybe he jumps over to the Hanzo. He looked pretty good. I mean, still projectile hero, though, in the main. Just like a fire strike, and AVALLA, unfortunately, coming down.
Out of that choke, but as soon as London Spitfire are in the open, it's their game. And Dove being on the Sojourn over the Hanzo, I'm not a huge
self off, but it didn't matter anyway, because Dove was chilling. He did stop him from going high ground.
Yeah.
Window? Wow.
On both sides.
Very awkward window usage from Vegas Eternal.
Oh no, Lukemino's stuck in the stairs. They weren't able to help him. And with Lukemino going down, that's probably going to be the first point going over to the London Spitfires. Just much better.
Okay, I said it happened. Although the Dragon's not really splaying them too much.
Very early.
Just be crouching at very, very early lamp to try and save Vulcan. Anyway, oh no, Lukemino does get trapped. Yeah, and so does Vulcan. Nice little wall though, and good heals coming out from Vegas Eternal's back.
Eternal, they might get another fight, but it's not going to feel good. They're going to have to stream out of this window. You can see Vulcan looks like he's lining up to do it. We have a Symmetra switch out here from Lukemino just to close the distance.
Boop.
Great boop.
And they got it. Nice boop from Admiral. Forcing people up on that high ground. Lukemino on the sim. They hit the shatter. Why not? Getting rolled by turrets. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much over there at least. Fantastic stuff from the backline of the London Spitfire. Can't blame Hadi, honestly, hitting the shatter.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do it to him.
Oh, AVALLA do be dying. There we go. All right, fine.
Any answers in these Reinhardt matchups? Maybe. you know, this is a very difficult point to attack. It's literally a castle and a moat, so you can't ask for better. Going to give that space up. But that's pretty good if you're the London Spitfire. All of a sudden, you're going to get the cart over the bridge for almost free, right? It only costs you an amplification matrix. You take that.
Wow, Lukemino's gone super low already. There's a sound barrier. Didn't affect Lukemino as he was in his ice cube, and now he's forced away. Look at him hiding on this little turret. Wait, he's in the wall? Kind of? Okay, he's out. Fine. Kind of hiding in the vents there.
Landon does go down, so they're going to
thrown out of the picture, and now Hadi's pretty low. I mean, they did lose Landon pretty early on in that fight, but the spawns are so close for London, like it didn't really matter at the end of it, but these stagger kills are looking good for Eternal right now.
Yeah, London's been in like a permanent 4v5 disadvantage because Dove's just been finding picks over time, so London's...
We'll see. Normally it's the case, but Lukemino's going to decide to go first, but everybody getting out of that blizzard rather rapidly. Kind of knew Lukemino was going for that one. He was already on top of the payload and threw it out. Now Vulcan's got a backboard against him. That wall just pinning him in. The Shatter's big for Hadi. 4-man Shatter behind the window. Shatters it and 2. London Spitfire, it's good to see you back on ride.
Trying to break it, but with
nice
it
wall
being
tech,
in a way vertical,
that was nice.
They have to go through so many of these pillars.
Bastion. He's on Bastion. Lukemino on Bastion. There we go. As another hero added to the infinity gauntlet. Lamp to save Rakattack, or Vulcan and Rakattack, I suppose. There's the sound barrier too to keep them competitive here, waiting for Wheels Mode to come back up. A lot of damage being pumped towards Spitfire right now as Lethal dies to Dove. Another sound barrier, this time on London Spitfire. They want to end this right now, and with Dove, Rakattack dead. Very, very aggressive push from the London Spitfire. Now the point is theirs, only the Bastion to stand up to, and they cap that with ease. 1 minute and 49 seconds in the back.
Yeah, that's just too oppressive there from the Spitfire. They're just so confident in themselves when they play this composition. Even when they lose Landon, their primary source of healing, they're able to use that sound barrier. They know the advantages that they have and playing them to perfection. And Vegas Eternal, as much as they were able in the last map to go back and forth with the Hanzo shots and just sort of playing around those individual plays, when you have such a macro strategy like the Reinhardt Brawl, it's hard to go up against one of the best teams in the league at that composition.
Yeah, super tough. Maybe looking like a 3-0, especially with that time bang.
Yeah.
How many times you cap Pavana with time to go down in history?
Here comes the Shatter. I think he gets the backline here. Oh, there was a couple of holes in it.
Yeah. Boom. Instantly hits Q. 4-man Shatter. And the window to back it up too, right?
Yeah.
You're not really worried about that. Like I said, nice to see Hadi again back on the ride.
It was a live patch that came out with the bus, you know, Junker Queen and all that type of stuff. We are playing on that. Lukemino getting spicy here with the value. I can see Jake smiling somewhere.
God, the Junkrat is such a silly hero. Does get taken down by Landon, but that opens that up quite cleanly. London Spitfire's hold, not quite as good as Vegas.
Hey, no, Lukemino, don't do it. Just stay Junkrat. Throw a curve at him. Unfortunately not, goes back onto that mate, but good first team fight win.
Yeah.
At this point, but just because of how far you have to go with the cart. They were thinking about going high ground, but they decided against it. But just look at how passive the Vegas Eternal play. They didn't set up any sort of trap, anything like that. They're just willing to let the London Spitfire walk on them and just sort of take a 50-50 fight.
Taking on 50-50. Heads or tails. Hardy's receiving a lot of damage. Lethal's still trying to find this initial pick with the Hanzo, but not doing so successfully. Just a couple of body shots, and that's about it. Window for Rakattack, forcing London once again for going for a weird reset. However, they do use a window of their own, but it's only Admiral, Landon, and Hadi really shooting through it. The DPS on an off angle currently. Same with Eternal now as they do. Lukemino in trouble. Does get Lamp to save his life, but the pin from Hadi is going to take him out. Fair and square.
Yeah, and then the rest of the team follows.
Retake if you're Eternal.
Dove's going to take this off angle and is getting close to this overclock.
Shatters. Hadi versus Vulcan. Oh, Hadi, he wants it, but so does Vulcan. Maybe baiting him in or trying to. Ice block for Backbone. He's actually on his lonesome right now, but there's actually quite considerable amount of progress being lost right now for Eternal.
And if London can win another team fight and the cart keeps moving back, they essentially gain a team fight that they can win. But with they need to be proactive, and they're gonna rip Dove's overclock first.
However, Lukemino does go down, but he's good. He's just shielding.
No touch.
No touches.
So no touches.
So no touch from London Spitfire. Okay. I mean, window shatter. Eternal had beats. Lucio's that spam AD, you know, the AD straight from front. Like, yeah, it's like watching that in first person. Only Lucio play
doing with their keyboard compared to a Widowmaker. Counterpin does come out and Blizzard from backbone.
Yes, Dove gets out of there, but Vulcan does not. Meant a frosty end on the other end of that icicle.
From bits and pieces, you're seeing glimmers of hope if you're an Eternal fan. But the London Spitfire just so oppressive here. They're going to take this high ground, and now Eternal going to find value through.
Very weird. But he's on that little beam. Yeah, I didn't know you could stand up on there until the other day where I landed on there by accident. There's the Blizzard from Lukemino, forcing Hadi down from the high ground. There's the Dragons I was speaking about, but it only forces the block. And now Lukemino actually in a whole lot of hurt.
Yeah,
nice.
Stronger as Lukemino goes, I saw MaltheL do this one time, guys. Trust me.
Trust. Have faith in the support player playing Genji. Oh, Shadow from Hadi.
Oh, got two in the back.
Two in the back. And Lethal's got a perfect lineup there to kill AVALLA. Rakattack also fell over, but was not in the line of sight, I would imagine, of Lethal's Storm Arrows. Last fights for Eternal to try and make this series work out.
Yeah. They're running out of time right now, and you can see the London Spitfire aren't going to let them go that easy. Running them down. AVALLA gets caught, and they're just all over the place. Dove and Lukemino are both scattered in the backline of the London Spitfire.
Lethal heads up!
Oh,
Dove's in the back! Oh, but the beat is good. There we go. The window comes out from Vegas Eternal as well as that lab, but Dove's willing to like square up to Landon, but it looks like it's going to be all over. With Lukemino and Vulcan already dead, it's up to Dove to hit shots. I mean, yeah, it's not happening, Chief, unfortunately. Despite the circumstances, this game relatively close when it came down to it. GG's all around. London Spitfire, however, will take their first win of the season as they take down Eternal 3-0.
Sorry, if you guys saw what me and Jack just did, that was the worst thing we've ever done.
Dude just hit me in the face with a cable.
Hey, sometimes you deserve it, okay? But yeah, as you said, the London Spitfire come out on top. There's not too much to take away from this one. If anything, for the London Spitfire, worrying look when they played that Baptiste Kiriko, if that does start to lean into more of what the meta will be,